just to talk about the Spider-Man Brand New Day screenings, leaks. I just want to kind of talk a little bit about that. There's been so much news dropping today. Today has been very fruitful. A lot of stuff I'm seeing that I wanted to cover. But getting into the Spider-Man, apparently Sony had a screening. Sony did a screening for early screening, and the response of it is through the roof. I mean, there's people talking about 9.5 out of 10. Best fight scene in the MCU ever between Spider-Man and Hulk, which there were leaks saying that he has gamma ray webbing for Hulk in this, and that the fight that they have is so epic. It's the best thing the MCU has done. I'm inclined to kind of believe that just because Justin Daniel Cretton's team and is Jackie Chan's stunt team, and if they're doing it, they're getting their hands on these characters. It is probably something that's probably pretty epic. So, I know how it is when you first see something, it's the greatest thing ever, and then you kind of have to let it marinate to really get a accurate description. But I'm excited. Like that's to me, that's dope. That's something I definitely want to see. I mean, that's partly because Spider-Man and Hulk are to the two of the three most iconic, identifiable characters Marvel has. So putting them in the movie together and doing this is meant to happen. I'm surprised it actually took this long to happen, being with the contract with Sony having to have an Avenger in the movie. They chose to do Doctor Strange before putting the Hulk in there, and out of the iconic characters, like we didn't never really get a Captain America Spider-Man team up. Even though he wasn't in a cameo in the first one, but we didn't really get that. So I'm surprised it took this long to get the Hulk on there, but I'm here for it. And Wolverine, the Wolverine Spider-Man team up movie or whatever, that's coming before Tom Holland's done as well. So yeah, I wanted to talk about that. They were talking about this fight. The whole reason why they're saying Savage Hulk comes out is because Dr. Banner's trying to help Peter with his condition with having the six arms being man spider. A lot of the rumors are saying maybe he experimented on himself, and that's the reason why he accidentally made Savage Hulk come back out. So however they decided to do it, it'll be interesting to see. But I could kind of see that playing into each other. And then the other aspect of that is supposedly by the end of this movie, rumor, and I guess I should have started this whole thing off by just saying these are all rumors. None of this is confirmed, but spoiler warning, just in case. Apparently, at the end of this, Peter Parker dies. Now, he, and that comes with a caveat. He dies, but this black symbiote suit is what saves him. And then that's how we're going to pick up going into Secret Wars. And in my opinion, that is perfect. That is the way to handle this. That's the way to do it, in my opinion. Um, it allows you to go hard on the movie, with things and have stakes in it, knowing that you have the symbiote suit to fall back on. How they explain the symbiote suit, given what Sony tried to do with the goo that was left over from the No Way Home, and I don't know. I'm interested to see how they do this. But yes, let's get Venom. Let's get the symbiote suit at the end of this, and let's go into Secret Wars. You know what I mean? I'm not even worried about Spider-Man and Doomsday. Let's go into Secret Wars and get what we want. So that was the man. Like I don't know which. I know I'm more excited for Avengers Doomsday, without doubt. I do wonder for fans and anyone out there, are you more excited for Doomsday or for Spider Man? All of these characters are going to be sidelined for Doomsday, but they should be in Secret Wars. I think the biggest thing out of all of this now with the street heroes coming back, and I mean they're coming back in floods. Like I just did a video today on we got the new bullseye suit, we got Danny and Luke Cage on set with his daughter being leaked, and apparently the rumor is on that, just to go into the whole Daredevil Born Again leaks, the rumor is that they're shooting right now episode 5 of Daredevil Born Again season 3, and Bullseye is going to have a run in with Iron Fist and Luke Cage and their daughter Danielle. There was no action set pieces to it, but both of those pictures were leaked at the same time, so they're filming them simultaneously. So, wow, let's see where that goes. That's an interesting team up. I mean, they're talking about the Misty Knight and Colleen Wing and Claire and everybody coming back. We know Elektra was coming back. Like, man, I can't wait. I'm excited for Daredevil Born Again season 3 on top of Spider-Man Brand New Day. And then just wanting to see, like, with the Punisher being in Spider-Man, is he going to carry over into Secret Wars? Is he going to now be a film character? Is he going to go back and forth? They got to define how and who gets to do what. Because as much as I'm excited for Vision Quest, and as much as I love WandaVision, which is still my number one Disney Plus show, it's still WandaVision. Those characters got diluted a little bit by going to TV and then trying to go back to film. I think that hurt those characters specifically. And I don't think personally that you need to not necessarily dilute them, but you know, you don't need to have them star in it. Like they could appear on TV and just stay in films, and vice versa. Like with Punisher. Hey, what's up, Tony Stank? Tony Stank 7. That's a great name, by the way, Tony Stank 7. Just because we know the late great Stan Lee coined that at the end of Civil War. Um, but yeah, like you don't, Wanda. It's okay for them to show up in TV, I think, and they had a different philosophy then, to be fair. But this should be like when Vision does this series, that should be it. He should go back to being an Avenger of some sort, and then like when they need him to pop up on TV, let him pop up on TV. That's how I would like to see them balance all of this. Like, just have your TV characters, have your film characters pop up where it makes sense for them to pop up, have your TV characters pop up in movies where it makes sense for them to pop up, and let's ride. Let's tell a story. Let's tell a connected, fully connected story throughout the MCU. Um, did anybody catch Ming Na Wing? Um, she has an interview. Katie Sackhoff is one of her good friends. Katie Sackhoff has um a podcast that she does. And Ming Na was on there and she was talking about Agents of Shield and how they're treated within the Marvel universe. And I know Brad Winderbaum had meetings with Coulson, the actor that plays Coulson, but Ming Na was like she ain't heard from him, she don't know. So, no, yeah, yes, Tony Stank. I am excited for man, the excitement for Doomsday is ridiculous. I am so mad about them not releasing the trailer, but I get it. And it's probably going to come with the Spider-Man when Spider-Man comes out. We probably won't get it till Comic-Con. Like I was hoping that there was a chance with Grogu and Mandalorian or not. We'll try this again. So I apologize. My phone gets hot and I got hot kind of quick there, and that's what happened. I was out. I was gone. So it looks like it's still live. Can you see me? Yeah, I had to put the AC on when the mic and stuff is hooked up. The phone just overheats and I lose everything. So I might do it again. I'm not gonna be too much longer here. But yes, to answer your question, um, Doomsday is going to be bonkers. I don't want to cover too much the leaks and stuff that come out from it because I don't know if any of it's true. But they're starting to piece it and put stuff together, and like certain people are dropping certain information about things, and like Doomsday is going to be wild. And I know they're trying to hide some stuff. They're trying to keep a lot of stuff under wraps. So it's just like when we do get to see the trailer, even if it's the same trailer that they showed, it's gonna be pretty hype. But like by the time we get that second trailer, like right before it comes out, mm, it ain't never been a better time. I swear, man. Like this is gonna be like Infinity War Endgame, like all over again. Hopefully, and I think it could even be better because we have more characters on the board. And the one thing you could say what you want about the Russo brothers, but the one thing that they have shown that they do well is tell stories with a lot of different heroes and not make anybody really feel shorted. I mean, like even in like Civil War, did you feel like Hawkeye didn't really get enough screen time or enough lines, or you know what I mean? The best Marvel movie to me, my I would have to say my number. That's tough. It kind of changes because it kind of goes back and forth. I would say I put it this way: like my top five is probably Infinity War in no particular order. Infinity War, Endgame, Civil War, Winter Soldier, uh, Black Panther, Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one. I don't know, was that five, six? I might have went over, but yeah, I would say like yeah, like the Russos, those Avengers ones, the original Avengers, the original Avengers is definitely up there for me. Man, yeah, they've had so many good ones. They've had so many great ones, and then they've had so many good ones. Then they've had a lot of meh, and then there've been a couple of bad ones. So I can tell you this for me, as far as as far as Disney Plus shows, Secret Invasion that's the one that made me mad. I'll put it that way. That show pissed me off. Let's see, my favorite superhero, and that changes daily as well. I would say it's probably Wolverine because I'm an X Men guy. I'm a big X Men guy, so I would say Wolverine is my favorite superhero. Um, man, yeah, I think yeah, I would say it's Wolverine. I have a lot, so it's hard for me to just put him over everybody. But like, yeah, Wolverine. Um, Man, I like Spider Man, Black Panther, um, Miles Morales, Iron Man, Tony Stark, Iron Man. Yeah, he's definitely like top five. And even like now that they've kind of, I would even say Captain America, because I like what they've done with him like recently. So I would say he's definitely up there for me. Um, Man, I like Nova. I think Nova's cool. Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer was my uncle's. That's the first. Silver Surfer is technically how I was introduced to comics because my uncle was a big Silver Surfer fan and he had like all the comics and he was like trying to show me these and I was like too young for it at the time, but I appreciate it as I got older. Yeah, man, Iron Man. Look, I watched Iron Man 1, 2, and 3. I would say my favorite. I liked all three of them. I think my favorite would still be the first one, but man, yeah. Yeah, Iron Man 1, 2, and 3. I actually like appreciated my Iron Man 2. I know it gets a lot of flack. I appreciate Iron Man 2. A lot of people, mad at the direction they went with Iron Man 3. I still enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. I think, yeah, man, Iron Man, he built the universe. Like he is the universe, man. Like I understand why they brought back Robert Downey Jr. because he is the universe. Like he, yeah, he's the man. Now, then let me ask you this for Tony Stank 7. Um, Would you want to see more Iron Man? Do you still want Robert Downey Jr. to play Iron Man? Or are you okay if they recast Iron Man and he plays Doctor Doom going forward? Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, for sure. Because I think we should, especially with Secret Wars coming and they reset the universe, we got to get more Iron Man movies. Like, and that's why I kind of feel like they dropped the ball with Armor Wars because they kind of could have tied in and kept that going, the whole Iron Man legacy going with Armor Wars, and they kind of dropped the ball on that. So yeah, he could, man. He could be both. He could be both. All right, y'all. I got to take off. I got to take off. I got to go. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all for stopping through. Till next time, peace.